you're a day trading coach looking to scale past 30K per month, I fucking got you here. Okay. This is basically literally everything and anything you need to know on scaling a coaching offer to at least 30K a month. And then obviously beyond that to 100K a month through maybe some ads. You can do it with organic, but I'll kind of share why you should be pushing ads. I got to do some authority flexing, right? Got to share some of who I've worked with just so you know I'm worth listening to. All right. So you can see the names on screen. My partner and I, we have either set, closed, or operated these offers. Okay. Currently operating Sick Boy Cole, who is a day trader doing anywhere from 80K to 100K per month. Purely organic, by the way, without even having a fully dialed in funnel. This will continue to get optimized. And we're also using the same paid ad systems on some of these other offers that are running up to as high as $1 million a month. My partner is actually COO for one of these offers. I'm not going to share too much on that, but have to do some authority flexing here. That being said, let's get into how this actually works. Now, for how this actually works. Okay, I guess you guys can kind of see. There's 3 pillars here. All right, you have content marketing with ads, you have sales, and then you have the actual fulfillment in itself. Okay, so this is how it works. As a day trader, you must be on YouTube, right? The best formats to run right now are live trading and trade recaps, as well as trading psychology, right? So I can come here. I was looking at Alexi's YouTube channel, but I can type in trades by Sai, for example. And if we look at Sai's content, what is he doing? He has some IRL spending a week of my life stuff, but his main shit is mindset, live trading, and then he has also just some pure informational content. Okay, so coming back to it. All right, you can get creative in the way that you're presenting those content styles. As you saw Sai, who talks about mindset, and you'll be in some cool fucking place. Okay, that you could always do that. All right, but another cool way you can portray your expertise is like having coaching calls where you're talking about mindset, or you're talking about trade recaps, you're doing live trading with someone individually, and then you can simply just farm those clips, post as content. It's just a really unique format that develops a lot more authority and trust versus you setting it up and talking to the camera. Okay, so the purpose of this content is to get them to buy into you. With day trading, you don't really have to sell them on the business model. It's not something super crazy and unique, right? What you mainly need to do is to get them to buy into you as an individual through having them trust you, knowing that you're legit, because there's a lot of scammers in the space, as well as your exact methodology, as well as installing self-belief in them through transferring of conviction. So when you're talking mindset and you're talking your strategy, you are so convicted in the way that you do things and the way you approach things that other individuals just simply gravitate towards it and they want to get involved and they want you to coach them. All right. So along with YouTube, now that we established that, you also need to be doing Instagram. Now, you can do all the lifestyle flexing, all that jazz. It's cool, but it usually attracts dumbasses. Okay. So the main purpose of YouTube and Instagram is to have Instagram nurture through stories, clipping up your long form and posting it to attract more eyeballs, abusing the fuck out of trial reels, right? And then pushing all that traffic to YouTube to get further nurtured as well as just setting people on calls through the DM. So you can have an exact point to contact them, because obviously on YouTube, you can't fucking DM someone on YouTube. All right. So once you've validated that the market wants you on organic with YouTube and with Instagram, you can begin pushing ads. Okay, real quick overview of how we typically go about doing ads for our clients is to run follower ads via finding niche specific reels that attract buyers and your ICP. So you can track what works, by the way, through the clients you've worked with or your first few clients that you onboard, asking them what content that they specifically like and where they found you. Also do competitor research and just redo viral formats in your niche that are driving conversions. So once these work for you, you could just commit that minimum of $25 per day in ads to drive growth, DM new followers, and follow the sales process I'll get into here. All right, if you missed it there, I had display metrics. I forgot to put it on here. Okay, guys, but I'm back. So when you're committing this $25 per day in ad spend, all right, you're usually spending about $2 to $6 a follower. You'll be somewhere in this range, okay, if you're doing at least a half decent job. Let's say you convert anywhere from 1% to 2% of these followers, right? We'll just say on 1,000 followers, you're converting 1%. If you are on average collecting, $2,000, dollars to, let's say, $5,000 per close, all right, you'd be making anywhere from 20K to 50K after you spent 2K to 6K on ads. So let's say worst case, you're spending $6 a follower, you're only converting 1% of these individuals, and on average, you're only collecting 2K for a one-on-one coaching program. That's still 14K in profit. All right. So that's why ads are so effective. But the only way this is going to be effective is once you validated the organic side works. So if you want to scale to 100K a month, the math becomes super clear, right? You can literally just buy, let's say right now, boom, you're spending 6K to make 20K. Now we know we just need to spend 30K to make 100. Super fucking simple, guys. All right. So I hope this makes sense. That's why you want to add in ads after the fact. But now that we know how to drive the leads, how do we actually convert these individuals that are coming in through the DMs, all right, and who are coming through as followers? That's where the sales process needs to be dialed in. So now that we garner this initial trust and attention, we need to convert them. But how do we actually do that? That's where the sales process comes in. As I did my little authority flex earlier, but this part is really my bread and butter, guys. I did $10 million as an SDR. We call that a setter, an info you may have heard. And then 1.6 million as a closer, cash collected. All right. So this is the same process used by the offers I showed above, reaching $1 million a month. So definitely, take notes on this one, guys. What you're going to need assets wise, all you need is a VSL, a pre-call VSL, a setting flow, some trust assets, and an exact closing framework. All of these are which tailored to your offer specifically. Now, this is something I build tailor-made for my day trading clients who I am working with, or any make money online clients I'm working with, but I'll kind of give you a high level of what we do. So first is the actual VSL and the way it's structured for B2C as we follow this specific, okay? The tone is more emotional. You want it to be story-driven, framed around freedom, lifestyle, and becoming that individual, having that identity of a profitable day trader. So some good hooks we like to go with is the easiest way to start making money online in 2025, 2026, right? Let's fucking adjust. This is from the old SOP. How I built a 10K per month agency from scratch. If you're doing day trading, how I became a 10K per month trader after working my 9 to 5, while working my 9 to 5. Let's say that. While working my 9 to 5. Now, why is this so well? Just giving a quick breakdown. The reason this works so well is because, how I became a 10K trader while working 9 to 5. I'm working 9 to 5. I want to be a profitable day trader. Let me watch this guy's video, right? So that's a really simple way to do it. So as far as the structure goes, you're going to start with relatability. Show, you've been there. Show you are the 9 to 5 guy. You were the 9 to 5 guy. You just left. I was the guy who was in school, hating school, and I figured out a way to get profitable on these funded accounts, made some money, started using my own money with a live account, and then eventually was able to drop out. You know what I mean? It's really simple. You want to just kind of talk to the old version of you. It's a really simple way to make this happen. All right. You can also compare different paths. We call this the EMON strat, drop shipping, comparing high ticket sales, SMMA, all that, right? And show why day trading is the easiest and most inevitable. So it can be the best business model to start in 2026. As you see there, the easiest way to start making money online in 2026. And then you talk about day trading, SMMA, e-com, all these different business models, right? But you just save trading for last and be like, this is the best model. It's what allowed me to go from this to that. If you want more help with this, obviously work with me, right? So then you provide real value, to them walking away thinking I could try this. A good way to frame your content is the what and the why. Give them what they should do and why they should do it, but not the how. If they want the how, then you pivot into your program as the shortcut to success. Okay. So some of the best formats to run are value-led YouTube VSLs, and then also build in public case studies. So this would just be, example, live trading. These absolutely go crazy because prospects want to see you working and they want to see it work and feel like they're actually learning before they purchase. So a VSL is just going to be a structured video designed to turn attention into action. Its purpose isn't to sell every detail of your product or service up front. It's mainly to get the prospect to take the next step, usually booking a call or a plan. So think of it as a bridge. On one side is the cold prospect who doesn't know you yet. On the other side is your sales process where conversion happens. Your VSL's job is to get them over to the sales process, over that bridge, by grabbing attention with a strong hook, presenting a desirable offer that speaks to what they really want, explaining why their past solutions failed, other business models don't work, and or why that old trading strategy isn't it, and why your specific strategy is different and better. You give enough proof of you doing it and enough hope for them to actually believe this could be the thing that finally works. This is where you display your case studies, your authority, all right? And then you end with a simple and clear call to action. So in total, a VSL isn't meant to close the sale. It's only meant to spark enough belief and curiosity for them to raise their hand and book a call, right? And then we get into pre-call VSL. So this is after that initial VSL and they're willing to hop on a call. You need a pre-call VSL to actually convert them. This is a must-have asset, guys. And honestly, it's more important than a structured VSL in itself. This can be the difference between a 0% close rate, same closer, same offer. All right. And a 30%. So the two core functions of this is to sell them on you and your exact company, your methodology, right? Establish, authority and trust, prove that your way of doing things is the best, which we kind of spoke about a little bit earlier as well. And this is achieved through pre-framing and pre-selling. So pre-framing is shifting beliefs to align with your offer and methodology. Pre-selling is demonstrating results through the testimonials you got, and then also proof assets. Right. So the more evidence you create to prove that your method with your company or your way of doing things is the best way for them to get what they need, the more likely they are to buy. This is achieved through proof and belief shifts. So recapping, VSL simply just converts them on crossing that bridge into your sales process. It's meant to garner, that curiosity and get their attention and make them convert there. But the pre-call VSL is really what sells them on you and your way of doing things. So now that you have all you need asset-wise to get them to initially book a call and actually begin warming them up with a pre-call VSL, you're going to need a repeatable process to actually convert these conversations, right? So the problem I see with a lot of make money online coaches in general is just a lack of sales systems. The lack of sales systems means lack of predictability within your sales process. It's kind of like trading without rules and strategies. You can just get fucked. Okay, so I'm about to share an SOP from a client of mine who's doing anywhere from 10K to 20K per month, all organic, selling a Discord community and one-on-one coaching through DMs and YouTube. Okay, so coming over to this SOP, this is exactly what I gave to my client. You can pause, steal this if you want, but essentially what you're going through is acknowledge and open, discovery, qualify them, which I'll talk about how to qualify, pitching the call, here's common objections, and then you have a post-booking process following up. Right? Now, coming back to this itself, the way you're going to be qualifying them on, and even if they should even be worth your time in the call, is budget, authority, need, timeline, BANT. Okay, so what this basically is budget, which is do they have enough budget to even buy? So do they have $1,000 set aside, $2,000 set aside? Do they have credit? Do they have the authority to pull the trigger, or do they need a partner, wife, dog, cat, whatever the fuck to be on the call? Right? Do they even need your help? And do they need it now or do they need it later? So all of these qualification metrics need to be dialed in for them to qualify to take your precious calendar time. Because I know you got into trading, got into coaching to make money and have leverage, not to fucking sit on calls with retards. Okay, so as far as trust assets, during your setting flow, you need these trust assets to nurture prospects who may or may not meet qualification. Whether it's need, budget, whatever, even people interested who may just follow you from a boosted post need to consume more content in order to pay in full. The best trust assets of trading we found, I spoke about this earlier, some live trading YouTube videos you can send in DMs to people who are new to you, student testimonials, case studies, and the King, which is a free Discord with free live calls. Now, I'm not necessarily going to give the exact method that we use for clients because that's what people pay me for. All right, but basically, if you push people to free Discord, push people to YouTube, and they are constantly engaged in what you have to offer, it's only a matter of time until they ascend to your paid program. Right, so nurture every lead you get, regardless of whether they are qualified or closed. They may even refer someone to you from just the value you're giving down the line. Or maybe they'll come up on some money off of like a sports bet or some shit and they want to buy your program. You really never know. So try to help everyone the best you can. Okay, so in the setting process, you have the VSLs, you have the setting SOP, you have the trust assets you have built in. Now you get them on a call you need to close. So after all this work, the content, the asset, sales process, if you can't close, you wasted everything. So on this page on my YouTube, I have so much B2C sales content, literally hours of courses, trainings, etc. But I'm going to show you the exact process I have. And I want you to focus on getting these outcomes throughout the call when asking questions. And you can have the in-depth guys on the channel, but this is what you need to get out of your prospects. So this is the exact sales process. As you see here, when I was closing over 90%, right? You see some of the money made from this process, but you can kind of pause and screenshot if you want here. These are the exact outcomes you need to get. All right. As I said, there are guides on this channel that break this down even more in depth, but you can essentially follow this framework. You can close fucking anyone. All right. It's actually insane. It's what allowed me to make up 17K in a month as a closer. And I give this to all my sales teams. I was running my coaching business. I had a mentee of mine get up to 18K a month as a closer, leveraging that exact same system. All right. So going from there, the offer and fulfillment. So the last piece to the break past 30K months is the offer and fulfillment itself. Making a trading offer, guys, really isn't that complicated. Probably seen a million of them. The way you pitch needs to match you and your style, though, and the specific ICP you're talking to. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys an exact offer that we're using for a day trading offer, doing over 50K a month. We essentially just want to give them community course and coaching. The more coaching and time you give, the higher the price. And at the beginning, if you're under 30K a month, you should just focus on one-on-one, get great results, become authority in your space, and you can charge more, transition the group. But if you can't get people good results one-on-one, then they won't with group. So this coach offer is doing $7,500 for the one-on-one. This is mainly what we're pitching. So this is one call per week, 24/7 text access, live trading Monday through Friday, New York session. And then he's doing 3 9 p.m. Eastern group sessions where he's reviewing trades, doing Q&A. And there's also a community with other traders. He has a 2K group coaching, which is basically everything above except no one-to-one. So people, if we know they may not have like $7,500 or something like that for the year, then we do this. And we need to collect at least 3K to make the one-on-one worth it up front. And then on the group coaching, we can just sling that for 2K pretty easy with financing. And then if someone doesn't qualify for that, we can do a 1K downsell, which they get 5 months of everything above. So group coaching for a year, by the way, I didn't put that here, but yeah, so it's 1 year of group coaching. So they basically get an extra 2 months to do the group coaching, and then the downsell is just for 1K. So this is the offer structure we're running. So you could literally just steal that, copy it, make it sexy if you want. So guys, this is basically all you need to scale your day trading offer. If you need help, as I said, installing this, I do have a program where I will be able to help you with that. Just go ahead and book a call down below in the description. We do partner with people on a percentage only basis, pay on performance only basis. If you don't meet that criteria, we can still come and help you install that into your business specifically. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I got the Instagram tagged below as well. But yeah, go make some fucking money.